play with fire. Wow, that's beautiful. So Sunset in Rio. What can you tell me? Do you know anything about this piece? Do you know anything about, you know what Rio is? Where Rio is? Brazil, right? Okay. So this rhythm, and I wasn't very specific when I wrote this piece, but this rhythm, the ba 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 ba, is a very specific type of rhythm with a dance. It goes with a specific type of dance. Does anybody know what that is? The rumba. Who said that? Yes, exactly. The rumba. And so it's, you know, right? So do you, when you practice this, do you ever use a metronome?
Yes.
Good, good. Can you start it for me again? But let's try maybe a little tiny bit slower, okay? Just a tiny bit. Those dancers are going to have a hard time. So, you know, there are several other things in here. Right here, can you play this for everybody? Is that okay to start? That's it, good. And so, you know, when you have something like this where you have, this style of piano, by the way, is called montuno. Okay? And can I trade places with you for just a minute? So, you know, this whole type of sound stems from you know, that kind of a sound quality. Here, whenever you have something like this in a piece such as this, and it's marked with a slur, with a staccato, okay, followed by a rest, you want to make sure that you really pop those staccatos as I go. Nice and crisp. Good. Can you start? Where don't you start here for me one more time? Okay. So I love your tempo. Here we go. This actually was part of a different collection of pieces that I wrote from a different book. This is one of the pieces that was included in the Celebration series. And they changed the time signature. Actually, Alfred changed it from cut time to 4/4 because they thought it was going to be too difficult for the students to count. But did you hear sometimes I was snapping and then I stopped and I started? Did you hear that? Okay. So pieces like this, sometimes, just remember, if it's written in 4/4 and it's really, really fast, like this says up to 176 to a quarter note. I mean, you know, you're really cooking with fire when you start doing that, right? And so sometimes the composer's intention is really for it to be felt in two, okay? So whenever you have a piece like that, just remember that you can always try it that way too. Start it for me again. I'm going to show everybody what I'm talking about, okay? So that. You sound excellent. Thank you.